Hey everyone, Tony from TN3D Studios and welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at a brand new AI design tool that allows you to conceptualize plans and generate renders with AI technology. Let's dive in. So Synapse is a clean web-based AI design tool that lets architects and designers go from ideas to a full floor plan or 3D render in just a matter of seconds. So basically you type in whatever you want in the prompt and Synapse can generate floor plans and realistic visuals for you. And surprisingly, it's pretty fast, it's smart, and it simplifies the way we do architectural design. So once you're logged into Synapse, you have a few templates to choose from, but from this video, we're going to start from scratch. So we're going to select new model. And you get to this dark mode design space with a frame, which is pretty much your drawing sheet. Now, if you select it, you can change that size. I am very familiar with a tabloid 11 by 17, which I believe is A3. So we're going to change that and update our drawing sheet. Now, to generate a floor plan, you can get started with the rectangle tool to create the perimeter of your house or apartment. So you will go into rectangle and you're going to create that perimeter. You also want to make sure you change your units to what you're most comfortable with. You can go into your canvas settings and switch your units. So once again, I'm going to select my rectangle and we're going to update this to maybe 480 by 300. So this gives us a pretty decent perimeter for our apartment. Now, to actually generate a floor plan, if you were using AutoCAD, you would have to pick all of your tools and start drafting the actual walls, doors. And once again, this is very time consuming, but Synapse gives you something different and it allows you to generate floor plans using prompt. So for example, here, I'm going to toggle to floor plan generation, which is one of two modes. One is image generation and the other is floor plan generation. And here's where we can enter our prompt. So I'm going to select my perimeter. And let's type in, for example, 2-bedroom apartment. I know this is a very generic prompt, definitely could be better, but let's start from there. I'm going to send this and let's see what it gives us. So it should only take a couple of seconds. And here we go. This is what we get, 2-bedroom apartment. And this is definitely better and faster than using traditional tools. So Synapse gave me this floor plan. But if I take a closer look, it's definitely not perfect, but it's a good starting point and it's a time saver in comparison to drafting this with traditional tools. So let's just say I'm not a big fan of that floor plan. Once again, I got another frame here with a 480 by 300 perimeter, and I'm going to generate another floor plan. So 2-bedroom apartment with laundry room and balcony. Once again, not expecting this to be perfect, but something I can work with. So here is our results. If we take a closer look, it gave me 2 bedrooms, a bathroom here in the corner. Not sure why it gave me a corridor, but I'm sure I can change that room tag fairly quick. And I also got a kitchen and a balcony. Now, the great thing about Synapse is that this is completely customizable. And from here, you can start to make some changes. As you can see, I can easily move these walls, delete them if I choose to, and extend to connect to create better wall connections. And once again, Synapse gives you all of the tools that you need to not only customize, but create your own plans from scratch. Another thing you can do is add doors and windows, which would fall under the opening tools. So you can lay them over your walls and place them with one click. And you can also adjust a few settings like the swing, egress, and rotation. Now we can also easily add room titles, which calculate the areas for you. And you can easily update the name. As you can see, Synapse is completely editable and you can choose a lot of different tools to modify your floor plan. Here I'm using the line tool to add some extra graphics for my closet and mechanical areas. I'm also going to select all my walls and change the fill to black so it reads more like a traditional floor plan. Another thing you can do is add materials. For example, I can go into my bedroom, click on the name tag and go to hatch, and then we can go to textures. And here we have some pretty cool presets. We have this tile. We can select the terrazzo, which is not very common for bedrooms. Let's look for a wood texture. I can go for this herringbone, and again, I can adjust the scale, and I can even rotate if I wanted to. So I'm gonna leave it like that, and I'll apply the same to the rest of the rooms. And that's how you add textures to all of your rooms. Now from here, we can start to populate the floor plan. So we can go over to the asset library, and we can start to look for some assets. So I can select this bed and drag it over to a plan, rotate it 90 degrees, reposition, and scale so it fits the space. Doesn't make much sense to have the window over there once you start to scale things, but again, you can just move this further down, rotate 90 degrees, and scale to fit the plan. So now we can start to populate the rest of the floor plan using the tools to add more graphics to the plan. Here I'm editing my washroom, adding a bathtub, toilet, and a sink. And we can just repeat the same on the other bathroom. So basically that's the workflow to drop 2D assets onto your floor plans. We're going to repeat that with the living, dining, and kitchen, and you should have something like this. So it's about time we create some visuals from our floor plan, and Synapse is very good at creating concept renders with AI prompts. So let's activate the camera tool, and with 2 clicks, I'm going to position my camera to view the dining room area. Right here, we can change a couple of settings like the focal length and the eye level. Going to leave it as is. But now we need to specify a prompt to generate our image. So here, we're going to type a luxurious dining room with beige walls in downtown Toronto. We'll send this, and it shouldn't take long to generate this image. So this is my result. It's not a one-to-one accurate to the floor plan, but it does give me some ideas of what I would like to do. I do like the beige walls, and then it gave me some furniture to go along with that color tone. So let's get a little more intentional. Let's say I have this dining table and this dining chair to include in my concept. I'm going to load them up in my prompt. So the prompt will be add dining table with 4 dining chairs and include a round carpet. Let's see what it gives us. Now, based on these 2 images that I added, I can now start to design with a little more intention. And this is the result that it gave me, and it actually looks pretty good. And even the carpet came out a little round, as you can see in the background. Now let's try to do something about this wall. Let's change wall color to cream and add wall molding pattern. So once again, you can see that this is not bad. It really worked its way around the window as well as on the frame, and it starts to spark some ideas from here. You can take this back to the drawing board, and whatever workflow you have, Synapse will definitely speed up the way you design. And for a quick walkthrough into the kitchen is basically the same. I set another camera that I pointed into the kitchen, and then added a prompt to create a luxurious kitchen style with the same beige tone, which gave me something like this. Followed up by removing the island because I didn't have it on my plan, and changing the color of the counters and cabinets into gray. So it gave me something like this. And lastly, I removed this pendant light and changed the floor to the herringbone, and it generated something like this. As you can see, you are editing on the fly through prompt, you're designing as your ideas come, and you're creating design results and concepts much faster. So this is a really good tool to get you started early on with the design process. And that's going to be all for this video. As you can see, Synapse can be an extremely useful tool to help you conceptualize your designs, and can really speed things up with design ideation and creating concept renders. As always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and check out the links for Synapse in the description. As always, I'll see you guys in the next video.